Hi there. Welcome back to a little bit of my day. Today, please cross your fingers for me. I'm going to try and at least get this frame open and get those contents out of there. And I'm hoping it will be simple. So hence, crossed fingers, good vibes, positive energy. Actually, if you're seeing this, it probably means I had success, because if this flops, I don't know whether I would. Well, sometimes I do make humongous errors. I do. And I usually am not afraid to talk about them. I didn't pay that for it, which is even better. Oh, rats. Looks like they're starting to perforate there. The people who try to price tag switch. It's like trying to get a label off. We have a store up here in Canada called Winners. We also have Marshalls. I think Marshalls is in the US. And the store that's similar that I know of is Home Goods, and also I think it's TJ Maxx for the US. Anyhow, try getting their price tags off, because of course they perforate them so that people that go through and try and put a cheaper price tag on items, so that it's not so easy. But then it also makes it impossible to get off. Oh, and I've got to show you something. You know what? Here I am already completely off topic, but I know I've bellyached to you before. My favorite little thrift store, when they put their price tag on books, and how it can destroy the cover of the antique book, and how every time I go to the cash register, I would say to them, I don't know if you can tell anyone who is pricing them, but please don't put price tags on the covers of antique books, because sometimes in order to get the price tag off, it actually destroys the cover. Sometimes the hairdryer or Goo Gone or all the different things that we try still will not safely get that tag off the cover. And when I spotted this one the other day, I showed it to you. I spotted it on the shelf, and as is very common, at least with thrift stores near where I live, there are signs everywhere that say if it doesn't have a price tag, it is not for sale and will be taken to the back and repriced and put out for stock at a later date. Just in case someone has pulled the price tag off, hoping that they're going to get a lower price put onto it. Oh, well, we'll price that, and then it's sort of like a gamble whether they price it at a lower price for you. So their way around that, and it's understandable. If you find something that hasn't been priced, sorry, you can't buy it that day, because it's going to go back in and get repriced. And when I spotted this, and I wanted it so badly, and this is usually where they stick the price tags that ruin the covers. My heart sank, because I thought it's going to go in the back, and then it's going to go back out on a day that I'm not here. But then there was this really sweet lady. I don't even say old lady anymore, because chances are they're the same age as me. Oh my. Anyhow, I went up to her and I said, do you work here? Yes, I do. And I kind of had a feeling she did, because she had a grocery cart full of books and she was reshelving them. And I said, I know you guys aren't supposed to do this. I said, but I'm really in love with this book, and there doesn't appear to be, it hasn't been priced. And she took it from me, and she said, well, hold on, let's take a look. And she opened it, and look what was in there. It was the price tag. And I said, oh my goodness. So then I told her, I said, I've actually been pleading for a couple years for the price tags on the antique books somehow to be moved somewhere else. And she said, oh, that must have been you. She said, we did hear you. And I said, yes. I said, I can't tell you how thrilled I am. I said, this is still going to be a bit more challenging because the back of that is just beautiful. But I would rather deal with this than deal with it ruining the front of the cover, because I can always move this page over onto here if I need to. And from looking at this, it looks like whoever owned this book at some point had it restored, rebound at some point. Yeah, because it says here Watkins binder. So this was a beloved book to somebody at some point. The binder sure didn't do a very good job. But they would have taken this off. Anyhow, far be it for me. I should not be critiquing my predecessors. So kudos to them for giving this a longer life, and now I intend to give it an even longer life. There we go. Anyhow, so I told her, I said, well, whoever made the decision, tell them thank you very, very much. It's very appreciated, because they can't put them in plastic and seal them, because people like me want to see the interior of the book. First of all, to see whether it's a book we would want, and second of all, I like to check for mold. I won't buy moldy books. As much as I have read people's solutions for getting mold out of books, I've never had any luck, and I don't trust, because I know mold, they've found it in centuries-old ruins. It survives. It survives deep freeze. It survives. And I won't spray an entire book with Lysol, because I don't know about you, but I'm scent sensitive. And anyhow, I'm going on way too long for something that just made me so happy. I'm still going to try to get this off at another time carefully, because I would like to save this. I love that, and I actually am going to leave that alone because I love that. I love, you can tell that it was, let me show you. See? You can see these are not the first end papers that were in this book. I'm hoping maybe whoever restored it, it's on the inside of the text block when we get this open. So we'll find out. I thought I'd show that to you. A little triumph for all of us who like to transform old books. I had a success story to share. Anyhow, so hopefully that'll be my only wander off topic. This is the frame. If you missed it, my previous video will explain, but I want to frame my last pair of bottle bottom glasses that I wore. I wish I had my first pair, but my mom, who was very sensible, and I can't blame her at all, when I would get new glasses, she would donate my old ones. And certainly for little children back then and the kind of eye problems I had, they were needed by other children that maybe couldn't afford glasses. And my parents were extremely frugal and did not spend money carelessly, but they did make sure that I always was allowed to pick out my own glasses and new ones each year, and the old ones got donated. So I only have photos of the old ones. But anyhow, again, off topic. But I do have my last pair, and perhaps these are more important. Look at that. Spitting as I speak. Anyhow, Ligia had the great idea that I should put a little Catherine inside there as well for whatever backdrop I use for my glasses. And I think I might use the little Catherine I have where I'm standing and I'm doing a thumbs up. So we'll see. Anyhow, we've got to get this back off and cross our fingers and hope. I'm going to bring this down and move it over so that we can all share either the success or the horror that could ensue. I have other ideas. If this doesn't work, I do have other ideas for how to frame my glasses. And if all else fails, I do know you can get little jewel box frames at places like Michael's and that. But like I said before, when I just got one of these. My sons, and probably a few of my daughters, would know the name of this screwdriver. It's the X one. I don't know whether it's a Phillips head or a Roberts. Okay, that's coming out all right. I just like the uniqueness, and one of a kind is unique, so that's redundant. When you find really cool frames at thrift stores. And I showed you how not only can you find a beautiful frame at a much lower price, but you can find really cool antique frames. And I'm surprised more artsy people haven't figured that out, the ones who like something really, really one of a kind to put their own artwork into. I'm looking at most of the artwork hanging in the collage on my main art wall here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them have repurposed frames that came from thrift stores. So, and especially if my thrift store my favorite little one in town has an Instagram account, and they'll announce when certain departments have sales. And when they've got pictures and frames on sale, boom, I'm in there, because I'm not necessarily interested in the artwork that's in it. I want the frames. So there we go. All right, fingers crossed. I'm going to pull back up. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do a Griswold Christmas drum roll. Okay, that came off. That's a good start. Now let's hope they didn't crazy glue this in there. I'm going to move this. And I'm always careful with these because I have in the past found a fabulous frame that I loved and I broke the glass. Fortunately, we have a really cool little glass cutter right in town. And it was actually not bad to, okay, I'm happy with that. I want to come down close again. I feel like I'm performing junk journal surgery. I'm not too worried if I do any kind of destruction because I'm comfortable filling in holes with wood glue. I'm comfortable painting. Okay, maybe getting you out will give me more room right off the bat. I'm rethinking this. It might be cute to hang it vertical and have it look like a little closet. And I could maybe make some little books, little junk journals to put on the shelf of the closet. Come on, you. And some vintage wallpaper in the back. Come on. I wonder if I'm going to have to get something under that to pry it. What have they used? Boy, oh boy. And that's going to be brutal. It's wiggly, so I have a feeling it's hot glue gunned down. Yeah. Oh no, it was screwed. Is that what that was? Oh golly, now so I should have looked at it more. Because I could have made my job easier. Oh well, I would be putting my own. Now, is there one here? No. Okay, so this one's definitely glue gunned down. It must be. Nope, it's screwed as well. I can see it there. So it must be underneath. It's underneath that velvet. I wonder if I can lift that. There it is. Okay, let's come down a bit more. And make my life easier. Maybe that top one is also screwed and they're underneath that velvet. Now that would make life really wonderful. Yay! Hallelujah! Little olives. You know what? Those are kind of cute. That's my kind of color. But there is hot glue as well. So they really wanted that in there. Let me feel and see. I'm going to lift and take a peek and see if that sign. Nope. Okay, so that sign is hot glued down. Now, okay. Vintage knife came in handy once again. I'll be sad when one day I'm going to break this. I just know it. Okay. Acito. Wonder if that's Spanish or Portuguese. I don't think it's Italian because olive oil in Italian is olio, I think. Please correct me if I'm brutalizing somebody's mother tongue. So those need to be hammered down because that's sticking up from where I pulled it out. Now, let's see if this one was, was screwed down. Oh, my elbow got in the way. Nope. Okay. So this one as well. I mean, it's still going to need to come off because I want to put something back here, and I haven't decided yet what that will be. It looks like this might be the... Oh, I'm going to have to do this carefully. My problem that I'm fearing is I see... Oh, I thought this was a nail hole, but it's actually a little knot in the wood. I think it's glued down, and if I wiggle enough, that it's going to release itself. I'm going to do this carefully. Because I can already see if I'm leaning on this, it's bending that way. And I do not want to break this end off this little box. So I wasn't thinking. Thank goodness for our tool kits, and now I have a fresh blade in my craft knife. Where is my sharps container? I put my blades into a sharps container. Oh, I'm going to have to run it off the edge, so I'm sorry, I'm going to pause. Got it. Some of you might say, Catherine, pick it up. I have learned through experience over the years with me, highly respect sharp blades, even used ones. They can actually do more damage than a fresh sharp blade. I learned it from years of being a hairstylist and working with with blades for cutting hair and shaving. Respect the blade. And I learned it actually in the class in hair school. I'm off topic again. I learned it in the class in hair school where our teacher, I forget what her name was. She was quite a character. She reminded me, she seemed like she was Carol Burnett in a comedy sketch, like dressed up, the way she walked and the way she behaved. I swear Carol Burnett was teaching part of my classes in hair school. And she said, today you're going to learn how to change the blade in your straight blade holder. And she said, and you have to do it very carefully or you can cut yourself. And then she proceeds to slice her hand open. There was blood everywhere. So then we learned salon first aid, and thank goodness the hospital was actually just down the road from the hair school. The two hair schools in the city I went to were actually within close proximity of the local emergency room. Off she went, and she was back in a couple hours with I forget how many stitches in her hand, because she sliced the palm of her hand right open. And that was a real life lesson to me on respect razor blades. Okay, so what should I try instead? There we go. So, the end of the Tweezerman tweezers. I love Tweezerman tweezers. Yeah, it was hot glue. Okay. I'm going to think long and hard about whether this little drawer will go back in, and whether I will make some little faux tiny make it into a little faux tiny bookshelf with some tiny junk journals on it. If I do, yes, I'll bring you along. But for today, we were just going to I should come back up. Going to try our best to safely get the contents out. Let's put you away. I even have a special spot on my desk where my craft knives, my X-Acto blades go in one spot, blade down, and my sharps container, my used sharps. All right. Where'd my hammer go? I was just using it. If you saw the picture of my mom's test paper that I framed, where I hung it behind Jessie the Pressy, which I love, that was the last time I used my hammer. It better be... Yep. I have a tool drawer. Unfortunately, I may have to move it because my husband has discovered it. And when he needs a tool and he can't find his, because the wonderful, wonderful man is many, many things. But he's one of those people that just puts things wherever he last used it, instead of, I'm a firm believer in a place for everything and everything in its place. That way, I at least know where to go back and get it, except when I lost my ruler and found it inside an atlas last year. Sorry for your ears. I'm going to pause while I finish hammering this. It worked. Now I'm going to do this one. I'm going to pause because it's loud and noisy and it makes the camera jiggle. Okay, so I got those. These are flat now. And So I think we've accomplished quite a bit today. What I'm going to do now is try and decide what I want to put as my backdrop, and I'm thinking vintage wallpaper. I don't have very many because I've learned now to only keep the ones I'm in love with, and I redonated a lot of vintage wallpaper. Either vintage wallpaper, or I may also look through my fabrics to see if there's a fabric that I like. I don't want it to distract too much from the precious contents, and I want to figure out a way to put them in the box so that they're upright and not leaning like that. The only way I'd like them leaning like that is if I did decide to put them to hang this landscape. And I'm wondering if I put the little bookshelf here, hung my glasses, maybe like a little hook. Oh, a tiny little hook, so that it looks like they've been hung up, and there's the bookshelf of little books. And a little, oh, the little Catherine picture. I could put her in a little frame. Oh my goodness. Let me know if you've got ideas. Please post them below. Honestly, honest to goodness, if you've got some ideas that you feel inspired about what I could do with this little box to hang up Catherine's last glasses. I mean, not necessarily my last. I'm still going to need readers, and possibly eventually, as my eyes still continue to age, start needing a mild prescription. I'm okay with that. But these are my last ones where I literally was in what's considered severe, in the severe category. So Catherine's last pair of severe prescriptions. That shall be the title. Oh, I love it. And then we will, hold on. I got to be careful with this because that's loose. And then it will go back on like that. Oh, what do you think? Thumbs up? And please, if you've got ideas, please comment below and tell me what you think would be a great idea for my little tribute to these last babies that I highly respect and I am grateful for, but I'm also glad to be rid of them and to not need them anymore. Thanks for joining me today and listening to all my wandering off topic. Oh, look, a squirrel. I really should change the title of this channel to, oh, look, a squirrel. If you haven't already done so, I hope you'll consider subscribing if this kind of chatter doesn't bother you. And I hope you'll hit the like down below. And even just saying hi in the comments makes YouTube bump my videos a bit more. So it even just a little hi actually helps me out. So hi, and thanks for joining me. And we will get together soon. I can't say exactly when, but I will bring you along on this journey. This glass I will clean. As much as I'm going to leave those grungy, I'm not leaving that glass grungy. All right. Honestly, I'm gone now. I'm gone. Have a great day. I hope you're safe. I hope you're healthy and your loved ones. And if you're up here where I am, and you get the long weekend. In Ontario, it's a long weekend. The Monday is a holiday. It's Simcoe Day. We celebrate Governor Simcoe. But it's only a holiday for certain organizations. See, I'm off topic again, and I've said goodbye, 3 times now? So our stores will still be open. Yay! I hate when I have to get groceries to last like 3 days because I always forget something. And so if it's a holiday for you on Monday, happy long weekend. Take care. Bye.